'Twas the night after Christmas, and all through the house everyone had on their Moss Point jerseys as they looked for Book to cook. And he did. It was a great 7 point win last night. It was a frustrating game. The Suns had a lot of turnovers. There were a lot of bad calls again. The refs, they're just driving me crazy. But, Booker dominated for his friends and family down there in New Orleans. He had 30 points and 9 assists in the 7 point victory. And it looked a little sketchy there for a while. Zion had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. There were no one that could guard him. That's really been a problem for us through his entire career when he's been healthy. But along came Ryan Dunn. He had the biggest play of the game where he sent Zion into the spirit realm, blocked that shot. Not long after, he had another deflection that led to a steal. And those two defensive plays cemented the Suns' victory. It was Ryan's best game of the year easily. He had 9 points, 8 rebounds as well. And, that might have been the biggest play of his career. It certainly was in recent memory. He's had some good plays earlier in his career, but it's really nice to see Ryan bounce back and have a great all-around game like that. It also was the best game, in my opinion, from Rasheer Fleming. He had 6 points in 10 minutes. He came in because Ryan was hurt there for a little bit. And, Fleming played well. He didn't look like Bambi out there, didn't look lost. And we're definitely going to need to see if he gets more minutes. But who had the thunderous dunk?
Kind of player, but man, he can look at Mark
and
Williams.
How about Mark Williams? Oh my goodness, serving up a late Christmas dinner.
What a great call by K-Ray there. And wow, it is really nice to see Mark do that. I don't know why more players, especially big men, don't make plays like that. I think they just don't think about it. But I think there's definitely opportunities in games like that where players could throw it off the backboard to themselves and get an easy dunk, and they just don't think about it. And, Mark, another great all-around game. He had 24 points and 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. It was really nice to see Mark Williams bounce back after a couple of games against the Warriors where he didn't play as much. And great game by Mark. Now we all wait to see if he plays on the back-to-back. Then you also got to give a little shout out to Colin Gillespie, had 16 points and 9 assists as well. Good game for him. And so it was a 2-1 week. We earlier lost to the Warriors, and then we blasted the Lakers. That Warriors game, we had the golden opportunity, no pun intended, with Draymond being ejected in the first half. But what happened at the end? It was the refs again. Brooks gave a little love tap against Curry, the same exact play that LeBron did against him. They don't call anything on LeBron, but on Dylan Brooks, they call the flagrant foul. Just absolutely unbelievable, the inconsistency of the officiating. But another great game for Devin Booker. He had 38 points. And then Dylan Brooks, 22 points on 8 for 11 shooting. So efficient. That was the game. You had Oso playing 30 minutes, 10 and 7 for him. And after the game, coach actually said, maybe he should have played Mark Williams more. Only 18 minutes played in that game for Mark Williams. And hopefully we won't see too much more of that. Oso has been playing better lately. But even if it's not the best matchup, you got to play Mark more than 18 minutes. And you got to make them adjust to us instead of us adjusting to them all the time. And then the Lakers game, man, what a fun, awesome game that was. It's always great to smack the Lakers. I think we won by 24. There was no Luka in the game, and somehow the odds makers had them favored by 5.5 points against us in the line that I saw. That's absolutely disrespectful. It should have been a toss-up at best. But we killed them. We shot 59%, 41% from the three-point line, and 90% from the line. Another efficient night from Dylan Brooks. He led the way with 25 points on 10 for 15 shooting. Booker had 21, but he only played 27 minutes. He was efficient as well. And then Gillespie with another 16 points and 8 assists. He's really been Nash light lately for us. And another good job by Gillespie. And then you had Bouye with 14 points on 7 for 10 shooting. Another solid game for him. You also had Fleming and Malawach both playing in that game, both scoring. You had Fleming scoring 7 points. So this week he had his 2 best games of his career this year. And so let's go to our stock report. For stock up, the first guy you have to give it to is Devin Booker. He has been cooking this week. He's been getting to the free throw line a lot. He's been getting really anything he wants in the mid-range. Even when they double team him, he's really been finding ways to score. And when Jalen Green comes back, it's going to be a whole new level. Second stock up, I'm going to give it to Dylan Brooks. I don't know if he's gotten a stock up from me yet this year. I think that's because his stock has been so high already the entire year, so it's hard for it to go up. But I have to give it to him this week because of his efficiency. He's been scoring efficient the whole year, but this week he took it to a whole new level. And then the third stock up, I got to give it to Rasheer Fleming, having his best 2 games of the year so far, and very excited to see how this young man's career turns out. One quick stock up I got to do from outside the Suns around the NBA is referee Bill Kennedy. This guy is cinema. Watch him as he explains the challenge call rulings, and it is just hilarious every time. He reminds me of Milchick in Severance. This guy might be the only guy that could do it better than the actor Tillman that plays it. But Bill Kennedy, you are hilarious. So stock down reports. There hasn't been too many guys playing badly for the Suns, but I'll give the first stock down to Nick Richards. He's not playing. He's squarely on the block. He's almost 100% to be traded before the trade deadline on February 5th. The second stock down, I'm going to have to give it to Royce O'Neal. He's not making his threes as much this week. He's at least partially on the trade block and very much in discussions as well. And then the third stock down, I have to give it to Nigel Hayes-Davis. He's out of the rotation. He's playing even behind guys like Fleming. And then he gets in against the Lakers for 6 minutes, and he goes 0 for 2. So what about the team stock? We are 17 and 13. We are in 7th place, only 2 behind the Rockets and 2.5 behind both the Lakers and the Wolves. Can we climb to 6th? Can we get out of the play-in? We will see. The schedule really lightens up now. We're heading out to the East Coast for most of the next month. Hardly going to be at home the whole next month. So it's tough to be on the road, but we are playing against a lot of bottom feeder teams, and we have to start getting wins. And the real question right now is, when is Jalen going to be back? I thought it might be by now, but then right after the last podcast I did, they gave the update that they'd reevaluate him in 2 to 3 weeks. And then we got a report from Gambo yesterday saying that the Suns would probably look to try to get Jalen back the first 7 to 10 days of January. And so there's a game on January 9th versus the Knicks. Maybe he's back for that. Gambo also reported they want to see what they have with Jalen Green for about 20 to 30 days before the trade deadline on February 5th. And so you're probably not going to see any trade in the next 10 days or so, but probably later, closer to the deadline, after we see what we've got with Jalen Green. And what else do we need to see before the trade deadline? We are going to do the Twitter shout out now. And that is going to go to someone that most of y'all know, and that is Swavey Keys. And that is at SWAVEYXQUIS. And Swavey says, give Ryan and Rasheer the keys to the 4 spot. LOL. It's really that simple. And I mostly agree with Keys here. It's a great comment. Ryan and Rasheer both had their best games of the year last night. It's no coincidence that we won. And, it's really the question, are we going to trade for a power forward? And I think you've got to get Ryan and Rasheer more minutes and see what you have. You might not need to trade for a power forward. Or if you do, you might just need a lesser guy that just comes off the bench. Ryan started the year as a starting 4-man. He had a little bit of a rough go. He's been playing better lately. And Rasheer is showing a lot of his talent as well. I think before the trade deadline, you've got to get both Ryan and Rasheer more minutes and see what you have in these guys. It's really going to determine what you do next. And so great comment by Swavey. Make sure you follow him. He's got a YouTube. He's got a Twitch. He's putting out a lot of great content. The guy knows ball. So we will see what we do closer to the trade deadline. But for this week, we've got 4 games. Tonight, we've got the back-to-back against the Pelicans. We'll see if Mark plays. He's questionable. He hasn't played any back-to-backs yet. He's probably not going to play tonight. Ryan is also questionable after his fall last night. We'll see if he plays. If he doesn't, I don't know if anyone can stop Zion. We'll see if Fleming can come in and do it. And, we've got to see Fleming play more minutes, so maybe that starts tonight. Monday, we play the Washington Wizards. That is a must-win. They are 6-23. They have McCollum and Alex Sarr, but not much else on that team. It's a team that Book usually cooks against. We should see him get about 35 points. It's a good game to get Fleming more minutes and maybe get Malawach in the game. Wednesday, you'll see them play against Cleveland in the mortgage matchup. It's Ishbia's Waterloo. And he wants to win against Dan Gilbert. They've got Donovan Mitchell averaging 30 points a night. It will be a great matchup with him and Devin Booker. Mobley's averaging 19 and 9 against us. He's probably going to feast and have, 25 and 15 rebounds, but just win the game. They've also got Garland averaging 17 points, but reportedly being a bit unhappy with his role and how much he has the ball. The Cavs are 17 and 15. It's going to be a tough game, probably a toss-up. I don't know if they can win that one or not. And then Friday, we play against Sacramento. Young team, going to run up the ball a lot. Going to be a back-and-forth game, a lot of offense. We had to make the comeback in our first game of the year, and you got to win this game. And we'll see if they do. We'll see if Grayson Allen can return this week. We'll see if we can get Rasheer Fleming some more minutes. And so let's see at least a 3-1 week and see Suns up.